Introduction: The Power of Habits. In Stephen Covey's influential book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, the author dives deep into the idea that our habits are the building blocks of our lives. Covey's core message is simple but profound. The habits we cultivate shape our character and, ultimately, determine our effectiveness in both personal and professional realms. Covey himself was no stranger to the study of leadership and personal development. A well-known educator and business consultant, he dedicated his life to understanding what makes people not only successful, but also genuinely fulfilled. First published in 1989, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People has since become a timeless guide, selling millions of copies worldwide, and it continues to impact people across generations. The core of the book centers on the idea that real change begins from within. Covey introduces the concept of the character ethic, where he emphasizes the importance of building solid internal principles rather than chasing short-term solutions or quick fixes. The 7 habits he outlines are a framework for personal transformation, aimed at helping individuals move from dependence to independence, and eventually to interdependence, where we work collaboratively with others for mutual success. Covey's approach isn't just about personal success. It's about aligning with principles that lead to long-term fulfillment. As we dive into each habit, you'll see how Covey guides readers on a path of self-mastery, empowering them to navigate life's challenges with integrity, wisdom, and resilience. Habit 1. Be proactive. The journey toward effectiveness begins with the shift from being reactive to being proactive. In Habit 1, Be Proactive, Covey emphasizes the importance of taking control of your life by owning your actions and responses, rather than being a victim of circumstance or external forces. Most of us go through life reacting to the things that happen to us, from minor inconveniences to major challenges. When we react this way, we allow our environment, other people, and even our emotions to dictate our behavior. But Covey introduces a simple yet profound idea. Between stimulus and response, we have the freedom to choose. This space is where our true power lies. Being proactive means recognizing that you are responsible for your own life. Your behavior is a product of your decisions, not your conditions. Proactive people focus on what Covey calls their circle of influence, the things they can control or influence. Instead of wasting energy on things outside their control, like other people's opinions or uncontrollable events, the circle of concern, proactive individuals direct their efforts toward making meaningful change in areas where they can actually have an impact. One key takeaway from Habit 1 is that you are not a product of your environment, but a product of your decisions. Whether at work, in relationships, or in personal growth, the ability to respond proactively rather than reactively is the foundation of true effectiveness. By choosing to act rather than be acted upon, you begin to take control of your destiny and steer it in a direction aligned with your values and goals. Habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. In Habit 2, Begin with the End in Mind, Stephen Covey introduces the idea of living your life with a clear sense of purpose. The habit encourages you to start any endeavor, be it personal or professional, with a clear vision of what you want to achieve. It's about defining your destination before you begin the journey. By doing so, you ensure that your daily actions align with your long-term goals and values. Covey suggests envisioning your life from a future perspective. Imagine attending your own funeral. What would you want people to say about you? What values do you want to have embodied? And what legacy do you want to leave behind? This exercise isn't just about mortality. It's about understanding what truly matters to you. By focusing on the end you want, you create a guiding star for your life. A powerful tool Covey advocates for in this habit is the personal mission statement. This statement serves as a personal constitution, helping you navigate decisions and challenges with your core values in mind. Writing a mission statement forces you to reflect on your life's purpose and prioritize what's most important to you, making it easier to say no to distractions and yes to what aligns with your vision. The key takeaway from Habit 2 is to live intentionally. If you don't define your own life's goals, you risk being shaped by external circumstances or other people's expectations. Starting with the end in mind enables you to shape your life according to your own vision, ensuring that each step you take brings you closer to the person you want to become and the legacy you want to leave behind. Habit 3. Put first things first. Habit 3. Put first things first is all about prioritizing your time and energy based on what truly matters. Stephen Covey emphasizes the crucial distinction between tasks that are urgent and tasks that are important. Many people get caught up in urgent matters that demand immediate attention but may not actually contribute to long-term goals or personal growth. Covey introduces the time management matrix, a simple yet powerful tool to categorize tasks into 4 quadrants. Quadrant I, urgent and important, crises, pressing deadlines. Quadrant 2, not urgent but important, long-term planning, personal development. Quadrant 3, urgent but not important, interruptions, minor requests. Quadrant 4, not urgent and not important, time-wasting activities. The idea is to focus on Quadrant 2 activities, those that are important but not necessarily urgent. These are the tasks that align with your long-term vision and values, such as building relationships, planning, self-care, and personal development. Quadrant 2 is where you truly make progress, and it's often the area people neglect because it doesn't scream for immediate attention. Covey highlights the importance of saying no to activities that fall into Quadrants 3 and 4, which can drain your time without offering real value. It's easy to feel busy and productive when handling urgent tasks, but unless they're aligned with your long-term goals, they're not moving you forward. The key takeaway from Habit 3 is that effective time management isn't just about doing more, it's about doing what matters most. By focusing on what's important and not just what's urgent, you can make meaningful progress in your personal and professional life, ensuring that your actions reflect your deepest priorities. Habit 4. Think win-win. Habit 4. Think win-win is all about cultivating a mindset of mutual benefit in relationships and interactions. Stephen Covey introduces the idea that life, both in personal and professional contexts, isn't a zero-sum game where one person's success must come at the expense of another. Instead, a win-win approach is a paradigm of thinking that seeks solutions where everyone involved benefits. At the core of this habit is the abundance mindset, which contrasts with the scarcity mindset. People with a scarcity mindset believe that resources are limited. If someone else wins, there's less for them. This mindset leads to competition, fear, and protective behavior. On the other hand, an abundance mindset fosters cooperation, trust, and the belief that there is enough for everyone to succeed. Covey emphasizes that win-win thinking is not a strategy or a tactic, but a philosophy of human interaction. It requires deep character strength, maturity, and emotional intelligence. Practicing win-win means balancing courage with consideration, being bold enough to assert your own needs while empathetically considering the needs of others. This approach builds trust and strengthens relationships, making cooperation and collaboration possible. Win-win outcomes focus on mutual respect and solutions where both parties feel valued and satisfied. It's a shift from the traditional negotiation mindset where there are winners and losers. Covey explains that win-lose or lose-win mentalities, where one person dominates or sacrifices, only foster resentment, mistrust, and an unsustainable imbalance in relationships. The key takeaway from Habit 4 is that adopting a win-win mindset fosters cooperation and builds relationships where both parties can thrive. Whether in negotiations, teamwork, or personal relationships, the best outcomes occur when everyone walks away feeling like they've gained something. By seeking solutions that benefit all, you create an atmosphere of collaboration, respect, and shared success. Habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. This habit focuses on the power of empathetic listening. Stephen Covey argues that most people don't listen with the intent to understand. Instead, they listen with the intent to reply. In other words, we often jump into conversations waiting for our turn to speak, rather than really hearing what the other person is saying. Covey stresses the importance of listening to truly understand the other person's perspective, not just to form a response. He introduces the concept of empathetic listening, which goes beyond just hearing words. It's about listening with your heart and mind, paying attention to not only what is said, but also the emotions behind the words. This form of deep listening fosters trust and strengthens relationships because it makes the other person feel truly heard and valued. The habit urges us to resist the impulse to immediately offer advice or express our opinions. Instead, we should seek to fully understand the speaker's point of view. This not only clarifies the situation for us, but also opens the door for genuine communication. Covey compares it to seeing through someone else's eyes, which allows us to grasp the full context of their thoughts and feelings. Once we have thoroughly understood the other person, only then should we seek to be understood ourselves. By first validating their feelings and showing that we truly care about their perspective, they are more likely to be open to listening to our viewpoint in return. The key takeaway from Habit 5 is that effective communication starts with understanding. Listen to understand, not to reply, and you'll create more meaningful, constructive conversations. By mastering this habit, you can enhance both personal and professional relationships, creating a deeper connection with others and fostering a more collaborative environment. Habit 6. Synergize. In Habit 6, Stephen Covey highlights the power of teamwork and collaboration. Synergy means that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. In practice, it's about leveraging differences, embracing diversity, and working together to find creative solutions that none of us could achieve alone. Covey stresses that when people with varying perspectives and strengths come together with a spirit of collaboration, they can generate new, better ideas. At the core of this habit is the understanding that differences are strengths. Instead of viewing others' opinions or methods as obstacles, we can recognize them as opportunities to expand our own thinking. Synergy happens when people move beyond compromise to create a third alternative, a solution that is better than what any individual could come up with on their own. Covey encourages us to embrace open communication and mutual respect. To truly synergize, you need trust, empathy, and a willingness to embrace the unknown. Differences in thinking styles, perspectives, and problem-solving approaches shouldn't be feared, but rather welcomed and used to create breakthroughs. In today's complex world, no one person has all the answers. Collaboration and synergy are essential to solving bigger, more intricate problems. Whether in personal relationships or professional settings, finding ways to combine talents and viewpoints leads to more effective results and more fulfilling connections. The key takeaway from Habit 6 is that we achieve far more together than we ever could alone. By blending strengths and collaborating openly, we unlock the potential for greater solutions and success than we ever imagined. Habit 7. Sharpen the Saw. In Habit 7, Stephen Covey emphasizes the importance of self-renewal and continuous improvement. He calls this habit sharpen the saw, using the metaphor of a woodcutter who becomes less effective over time because their saw grows dull. To remain productive and effective, the woodcutter must regularly stop and sharpen the saw. Similarly, to maintain peak performance in life, we need to take time for regular self-care and growth. Covey breaks this habit down into 4 key areas of personal renewal. 1. Physical. This includes taking care of your body through exercise, proper nutrition, and rest. A healthy body provides the energy and resilience needed to meet life's demands. 2. Mental. Constantly learning and engaging the mind is crucial for growth. This can be done through reading, solving problems, engaging in creative activities, or simply staying curious. Continuous mental growth sharpens your ability to think critically and solve problems effectively. 3. Emotional. Emotional well-being involves building strong relationships, practicing empathy, and managing stress. Covey emphasizes the importance of maintaining healthy connections with others and working on emotional intelligence. 4. Spiritual. Spiritual renewal is about connecting with your deeper values and sense of purpose. This can be achieved through practices like meditation, reflection, prayer, or spending time in nature. It's about nourishing the soul and aligning your life with your core beliefs. Covey stresses that regular renewal in all 4 areas is crucial for maintaining balance and long-term effectiveness. Neglecting one aspect can lead to burnout or imbalance in other areas. By intentionally making time for self-renewal, we can remain adaptable, energized, and capable of handling life's challenges with greater clarity. The key takeaway from Habit 7 is that continual self-renewal is essential to sustaining long-term effectiveness. By sharpening the saw through consistent attention to your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health, you'll maintain the energy and resilience needed to stay at your best over time. Conclusion: the path to personal and professional growth. As we come to the end of the 7 habits of highly effective people, it's clear that these habits are not just a checklist for success, but a comprehensive approach to personal and professional growth. Stephen Covey's framework revolves around the idea that real effectiveness stems from cultivating strong, positive habits that align our actions with our principles and values. The first 3 habits: be proactive, begin with the end in mind, and put first things first, focus on personal mastery and independence. They empower us to take control of our lives by making conscious, intentional decisions about how we respond to situations, set long-term goals, and manage our time effectively. The next 3 habits: think win-win, seek first to understand, then to be understood, and synergize, shift the focus outward, to building effective relationships and fostering collaboration. These habits emphasize the importance of empathy, communication, and teamwork in creating solutions where everyone benefits, proving that success is not a zero-sum game. Finally, Habit 7, Sharpen the Saw, reinforces the need for constant self-renewal in all aspects of life: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. This habit ensures that we maintain the energy, clarity, and balance needed to stay effective over the long haul. The true power of these habits lies in how they work together. Covey's message is that by consistently practicing and internalizing these habits, we can lead more meaningful, productive lives, both personally and professionally. This isn't a quick fix. It's a lifelong journey of growth, leadership, and self-improvement. In the end, Covey calls us to action, to reflect on where we are, commit to practicing these habits, and pursue continuous growth. By doing so, we don't just become more effective, we become more fulfilled, compassionate, and capable of leading others toward positive change. So as you move forward, ask yourself, which habit will I start practicing today? Thank you for joining me on this journey through the 7 habits of highly effective people. Stephen Covey's insights remind us that our habits shape our character and effectiveness. By embracing these 7 habits, we can take charge of our lives, cultivate meaningful relationships, and achieve personal and professional growth. As you reflect on what you've learned today, consider which habit resonates with you the most. Remember, it's not just about knowing the habits, but practicing them consistently. Together, let's commit to becoming more effective individuals, leaders, and contributors to our communities. If you found this summary helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. What habit will you start implementing today? Let's continue the conversation.